Hey everyone, John at Midnight Paint Body back again. Hey, today we're going to be working back on the 1970 Dodge Charger RT. And we're going to be working on trunk hinges. Alright, so if you're new to the channel here, if you haven't seen this car, it's a 70 Charger RT SE. I'm going to just give you a really quick rundown on it before we move on. There's the old frame rails out of the car, fender aprons. You can see we've done a lot of new sheet metal. So I've been kind of fitting up the body. See, I've got the door gaps are decent. Since you've seen it, I moved on. I got the tail panel, everything in place. Everything's just in place with self-tapping screws. Got these little corner pieces fitted to the tail panel. Deck lid is just sitting on there. It's not attached at all because there is no hinge mechanism in there yet. So you can see that's where we're at. Got this. If you can see that, but the gaps are pretty nice. So what we're going to be moving on to here is trying to set up the trunk hinges. Now I've already separated all this. Maybe I should have had the camera going, but now the hinges were welded to the back filler panel there. So this panel that's laying there, that's the old one. That's this panel here. And I've already taken the trunk springs off of the hinges. And then, now where these used to mount, this is, yeah, see these pieces here, I've already drilled out spot welds, taken them off. Now these attached to the inner wheel tubs in the car. But because we have gone to wider wheel tubs or mini tubs, those are not going to work. So we're going to have to probably, I don't know if we can alter those or fabricate something. But I'm just going to start with trying to get these hinges kind of in place. Yeah, never done it before, so you guys are going to come along for the ride if you stay watching. So I'll set up the camera and we'll get started. I'm going to have to climb right in there. What's up everyone, I'm back. It's actually the next day. I know I started throwing those trunk hinges in there and showing you guys. So I'm going to show you where I'm kind of at. Gaps are mediocre. They're not perfect. This actually has to just come over just a hair, but I'm not worried about that right now. So I've got the hinges in place close enough where they need to be. Obviously I haven't put the rods or anything yet, and I gotta make some brackets to attach them to the wheel tubs there. But I've kind of come to the conclusion at this point, because everything is held together with self-tapping screws, the floor, the frame rails, the whole works, the trunk floor is just floating. You know, nothing is attached at all. I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm beating my head against the wall trying to get the gaps good until I've got the frame rails and floor solid. So that being said, I'm going to move on and I'm going to start welding in some of the panels. So what I'll do is weld up the majority of the floor. I still need to make these panels up front, but that's okay. The floor can be welded in. I can do that after. So I'll do that, and then I'll probably move back to here. You see that's all the plugs for the frame rails, and you see that's all that's holding frame rails in is a bunch of screws. So yeah, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna start welding that stuff, and then yeah, I think mainly I just need to get those frame rails somewhat solid. I don't think I'll fully weld them, but I'll do a bunch of those plugs and get them to where I can start final fitting everything, because yeah, once I get to that, I can kind of final fit the quarter panels. I mean, they're all gonna have to come back off again to finish all this welding. But then, yeah, it's kind of beat my head against the wall trying to fine tune these gaps where, I mean, the frame rails are still kind of floating around a little bit on their own. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Next up, I'm gonna drag out the welder. I'm gonna just start filling some of those holes. So the floor pan's welded into place. I thought I'd show you guys what I'm going to move on to next here. I'm going to move under the car. I'm going to start welding these frame rails to the spring brackets. You can see on this one I've already done some spot welds on the frame rail to the floor, so that's just going to hold it nice and tight where it needs to be. You can see the fit is all really nice here to the spring perch, spring bracket. Same on this side. I've done a few welds from the inside of the floor. Now this bit of the bracket, it just needs to be bent up a little bit. It's just bent down from taking the old rail out. That's, you can see the same on that side if you can see it. But yeah, I'm going to start doing that. All the inner wheel tubs and stuff are a little bit in the way, but I'm going to keep everything attached because it's keeping everything square. The frame rails are square. I've got the bulk of the weight of the car on these spring perches right now, but I've got the rear of the rails squared up to where they are exactly where they need to be. So yeah, a bit of a look under the car. This is the only kind of original piece, this rear floor pan. Unfortunately, once it's on the rotisserie, I got more work to do up there. That was as far as I could reach with the sandblaster. So I didn't quite get all that old undercoat and crap off up there, but that's fine. We'll do that later. The car is going on a rotisserie once it's solid again. All right, that's where we're at. I'm going to carry on. I'm just going to clean these out a little bit with a burr on the die grinder, just to make it weld a little nicer. Yeah, you might notice I bought some new gloves this morning. That just means I don't get a wage this month. Spoiling myself. So you can see, so you see the flanges on the frame rail. You can see I've followed the welds up those flanges, but this is the one I had to trim off for the wide wheel tubs. The old wheel tubs only came to about here, so 3¼ inches. So that's where I'm going to make a piece, form it around just basically an L channel, and then I'll plug weld it to the floor and to the wheel tub. And that's going to put all that strength back in. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's not the concourse restoration way to do it, but that's what we're doing on this car, and it's going to fit some big tires. So yeah, that you don't have to worry about that. You know, that taking that little bit of strength out of that frame rail. It's all going to be back in. So yeah, that's that side. I'm going to do a little more on the other side, and then we'll carry on with something else. Alright guys, here's just a quick little recap, the progress. Not a whole lot this week. You know, kind of a short week, Christmas and everything. So floor pan's welded in, frame rails are welded in, so the car is solid-ish again. I do actually have it sitting, it's not on those wheels, it's on the jack stands there. So I've actually got the weight on the frame rails now, and I've got it kind of sitting where it would be sitting on the suspension, so I'll do the final fit like that. So yeah, that's about all to show you. A little light on content in this one, but I am going to end this video here. And it is New Year's Eve, so I am going to call it a day. It's a little early, but that's alright. Go spend some time with the family. I do just want to thank everyone for all the support with these YouTube videos I've been doing. I just like sharing what I'm doing. I do really appreciate it when you guys like this stuff and watch it. All the support on the social media, you know, Facebook and Instagram and all that. So hopefully as we go into 2022, I'm going to have lots more videos for you, not just the Charger. I've always got rotating projects in here. Let me know, as always, if there's something you'd like to see, you know, more of, less of, something in particular, more in depth. I'll always do what I can. And yeah, as we go into the new year, keep supporting small business, keep supporting each other. Happy New Year, everyone. I almost forgot to mention there, guys. I was just about to lock the door, but I am going to throw up another t-shirt giveaway on the social media. My stock is super low, so it can be any size you want as long as it's extra large. But hey, that's all I got. I'm going to give one away. Details will be on the social media. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, but again, thanks for watching.